This episode of Discussing Death Battle is brought to you by Time. Use it wisely, because clearly we haven't. Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Discussing Death Battle. I am your host, Wolf, and today, as always, we have Mo.
I've been thinking of many things to say in this point because it's been so long since we did one of these episodes. So I'm just going to say, Lucha Litton confirmed, and it's not a fighting type. I'm very happy.
Yay!
Also, I have a horrible cough today, so if you hear anything like that, that's my fault. I'm sorry.
And... oh, right, yeah, Star's, not here. Star is kinda left the podcast. He's left the podcast. He's got a new fancy job. So, well,
first things first, sad violin.
yeah, sad violin. And, we're basically having some of our friends join, and you can hear the deep breathing of one of our first of many possible tryout new hosts, Metabro, aka Mac.
Hey.
Hi.
Brilliant.
Go back to the first episode with me doing the exact same thing. So yay, Mac's here. He's going to be the first of our, I guess you can call them tryout hosts. Basically.
Well, we have all the ones from before, and basically anyone who...
I like how you introduce you on the most sour, saddest note possible. Yeah, I gotta live up to that one. Great.
Sorry. We have a lot to talk about, though. So let's just get this underway, because
so much.
You guys have been waiting for a long time, for over a month now. Oh, 2 months, I think it was now. So, first things first, Tracer versus Scout.
It's good. I like it.
It wasn't terrible.
No, it was pretty, it was pretty. It was well animated, as, you know, kind of what we expect from Torian.
I still kind of would have wished if they had done it in Source Filmmaker rather than... oh, and there goes Mo. We lost Mo from talking about this. The only thing I want to say about it, because I don't really want to talk about this with you, Star, not being here, because it kind of feels disrespectful given that, you know, Scout lost. The only thing I will say is I kind of wish it was in Source Filmmaker, because 3ds Max is a great 3D animation software, but I don't know, I just would have preferred seeing it in Source Filmmaker. Probably would have animated both of them a lot better that way. But then again, they probably would have needed to get somebody else to do for it.
Yeah, I could see I can see that, yeah. It probably would have looked pretty cool anyway. I mean, I liked how it came out regardless, you know. It was fun kind of animation there anyway.
But yeah, I don't really want to talk much about it, especially given some of the other events that have happened in the past couple of months. So
yeah.
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
But we need to wait for Mo to come back now.
Def.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Wow. So it just drops out all the time, or?
He's dropped out like once or twice before, but that's only because of his connection. I think he just didn't want to talk about this at all. Let me see if I can try and get him back. He is online, so let's see. Wow.
I did not know that about the cat Pokemon, though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they kind of just announced it today.
Yeah, my friend shot me a text about it because he's like a big Pokemon fan too, and he was like, "Oh, I think we got to get Rowlet, but I don't know about the 4 times weakness to fire." I'm like, eh.
4 times really weakness to fire? What do you mean?
That's what he told me.
It's a fire type already. Oh, Rowlet, yeah.
Rowlet.
No, it can't be 4 times weak to fire because it's a ghost type. It's grass ghost. Ghost isn't weak to fire.
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's what he sent me too. He's like, I keep on thinking that a ghost is weak to fire for some reason.
Why would it be weak to fire?
I have no idea. And there's Chandelure too. So
Chandelure, yeah.
batches.
And I was actually mentioning Grand Blazer in one of the other chats. His icon is now... What?
PokeChat?
No, not PokeChat. Well, I think he's in PokeChat, but he's also in a different G1 chat. Up there he is. There's Mo. I was gonna... but yeah, he's got Gengar, and he's got a jack-o'-lantern on his head, and I was like, you know, GB, when I look at that, it looks like Gengar has a fire on its head right now. Because it kind of does.
What the...
I don't know. You just dropped out in the middle of the Tracer vs. Scout conversation.
Not much of a conversation, just a kind of a downer, honestly. I'm ready to move.
Yeah,
it existed. It was pretty.
We did it already? Good, okay.
Yeah, because I said the only thing I would have liked... the only thing I will say about it is I would have liked it better if it probably was animated in Source Filmmaker rather than 3ds Max.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, what's it called? My, laptop has been on the fritz recently, and for some reason it just completely froze there. Hopefully that won't happen again, because that's the first time that's happened, but it happened.
This is why I do it off of my iPhone all the time.
Anyway, moving on to the second of the 3 fights that have happened since our last post. Ken Masters versus Terry Bogard.
This fight was so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's the best 2D animated fight of this season, and it's up there with some of the ones we got last season, which is a big praise.
Yeah, it was good.
For me, it was okay. The animation was pretty good, and obviously it was right, but I mean, I didn't really like anything before the animation.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just kind of sometimes the jokes don't always land, or they didn't seem to have like a whole lot of material with this one. And they kind of even like, it showed in the analysis part, like the pre-fight, like, oh, you want to hear about all this stuff? Check out Rio vs. Scorpion, and you know. So it's like they kind of going over like the same stuff before, because it's like similar abilities. They're like literally the same person.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Not even wrong. Just that they just didn't give Ken his violent Ken powers, which is fine. They're non-canon as fuck.
And they didn't have Terry ask Ken if he was okay before beating his face in with a punch.
Which is disgraceful in my opinion. But
yeah. It was still a great fight, and what are you gonna say about it? It was well animated.
Okay, I thought it was okay, but at the very least, it was better than Cammy vs. Sonya.
Yeah, it was. Look, it's better than most of the.
Speaking of female versus female fights, Amy Rose versus Ramona Flowers.
Yes, we're going through it that fast, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's no secret here on the podcast we are apathetic towards Sonic at the best of times when they're showing the good characters. Amy is not a good character, so the fact that she won really
okay, I'm gonna say this. I think the hatred of Amy Rose is a little bit much. I mean, I don't say I'm not gonna say she's a good character or a great character, but I don't think she's bad.
People rag on her a lot. I agree. Actually, but she's even at her best, she's just kind of like generic and not all that fun or interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, and at her worst.
At her worst, she's like worse than Ace.
But then again, there are worse Sonic characters. I mean, you got Charmy Bee, Big the Cat, Elise.
Shit.
Charmy Bee is lit. Look up.
Yeah,
Charmy Bee. He's bad.
Remember when he did that one thing?
Still, Big the Cat, Princess Bestiality.
Look.
Whoa.
Look, we know for a fact.
You cannot say Amy Rose is a bad character when she's in the same series as Elise, a woman who literally seems to have been made for the furries.
Okay, you can still say Amy's a bad character, just that she's not worse than Elise.
Yeah, I've heard people say she's the worst character in the series.
It's like saying that having cancer isn't as bad as having cancer and AIDS.
It's like comparing
actually,
Hitler it's like comparing Hitler and Hillary, you know? It's like one of them is like one of the worst, evil, most yeah. Oh, god damn it, Mo. You ruined it.
Anyway,
all right.
And as for the fight itself, though, since we haven't moved on, since we haven't actually talked about that.
This is an interesting point, actually. On
Okay.
Amy's
Oh,
character.
alright. Alright, go ahead.
On the interesting note on Amy's character, Ben on his personal channel actually put out a video on her. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I
it was
saw it on
on
Twitter. I saw the post on Twitter. I didn't actually look at it.
I did watch it because I was curious to see what he'd say because Ben likes Sonic. This is a well-known fact.
I know.
I keep on forgetting that.
Yeah, it was on Amy Rose what went wrong, and you basically spent the whole video basically shitting on the fact that Amy exists. And it's like, you could have done so much better, and you didn't. Goddamn Sonic team, you're awful. That's pretty much it. That's summing up what he said. That's pretty much it.
I'm gonna point this out. I think also is that the fans seem to really hate Amy mostly because of Sally Acorn from the Sonic Sat AM cartoon.
I didn't even know she existed until a few years ago, honestly.
Yeah, she's just annoying. Because I didn't know Sally Acorn existed, and I still hated Amy. I really hated Amy. And then when I found out she existed, I didn't.
Well, I mean, amongst the Sonic fan base, not just everybody.
My first exposure to Amy was probably Sonic Advance.
Not getting into that.
So it was. So she was like pretty fun to play as. I didn't think she was that bad, honestly. But then I heard her talk.
Okay, we're going a bit too much on Amy herself. We need to get to the actual.
Okay,
we
should have Ramona now.
Tell me one.
No, Ramona's alright.
The fight was
The fight was good. The fight itself was actually not that.
That was
not too bad animated.
I think it had the Flash versus Quicksilver problem of every scene seemed to draw on a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Do you feel like
every hit felt like it was a half second too long before the rest of the action?
Do you feel like that might have been because of the models, or
no?
Maybe they're
it's just the animation.
The sprites weren't bad.
It didn't do it right.
I will say I'm glad they found a good sprite for Amy to use for this fight, because the sprites that I know of, they would not look good in this fight against Ramona, especially considering how high quality the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World video games sprites are.
Both Sonic and Scott Pilgrim have great sprites, so I was expecting something pretty. And honestly, that's my one real big issue is, okay, first of all, this, what's it called? The hits took too long, and it didn't seem to have the same weight against it, and I didn't like the music, but it was still a good fight.
A little bit off.
Sound effects were off, yeah. It was fine. Like, I can't really complain about it too much compared to shit we've gotten this season.
Yeah.
And it's imaginative,
anything's better than the non-fight that was Mewtwo versus Shadow.
Yeah,
honestly.
I like that result, but goddamn that fight.
Speaking of results,
the animation wasn't even that bad. It was just short and nothing happened.
Yeah. Do you want to, speaking of results, you want to touch on whether or not this was right, or? Yeah.
We could go into there's calcs. The calcs exist, and it's very what's called. I want to say controversial, but just people arguing, not arguing, and basically
Whoa.
I wasn't gonna go there, but fine. Yeah, that's
what the heck, meta.
It's basically how you go about versus debating as a whole is whether or not you'd accept the calcs Ramona has. That would give her the victory. The OBD standards would say that the calcs valid, accepted, and she'd win. But say versus Wiki might say she loses, and that's kind of what we're looking at here.
Yeah, and then
I agree with the calcs 110%. So. Yeah,
there's like the argument of like, because those calcs are like 100% based off the video game, I think, right?
Yeah, are they? That's probably. I think that's the best argument against them.
Yeah, because they're from the video game, so it's like there's. To be fair, it's like, you know, it's kind of like debatable level of canon, you know.
That's the thing is, the feats that everyone used for Amy were kind of from.
They're from a whole bunch of like different games and stuff.
Even the hammer throwing feat they had, that was mostly from Sonic X.
That's true. Yeah.
Most of the showed from was from Sonic.
So yeah, I mean, I just kind of found the whole the idea of this fight existing kind of annoyed me, so I didn't really like go too much into debating, and you know.
Also, we should probably touch on the other thing is that Ben basically he basically trolled us with the hint as to who Amy's opponent was going to be, because if you look at the picture, it looks like Sakura would. So that way, so logic would make you think that she was going to fight Sakura from Naruto.
Yeah, I reversed image search it, got wood.
That would be even worse. To be
yeah,
honest.
It
would be worse in terms of the characters fighting, but Sakura would have stomped. Sakura would have absolutely shit stomped.
There would have been no question,
no question whatsoever.
No question.
Yeah, this was of all of Amy's fights, like Harley and all that crap, the cats exist and are generally accepted, where Amy would have lost all of them easily. This is the only one she had a chance of winning.
I know somebody I talked with
Harley
on Twitter,
Quinn,
one of our viewers.
No, Harley would have beaten her.
One of my viewers,
probably.
One of the viewers on Twitter wanted Amy to fight Nora from Ruby. Thankfully, that didn't happen in my personal opinion.
At least it would have been accurate when the Ruby character won this time.
2 Ruby characters before any of the
before the Incredible Hulk.
Before Optimus Prime or the Hulk or any of those characters.
Oh fuck, we've never got. Oh yeah, that's just...
we need Optimus Prime at some point.
He's fighting that Gundam thing, and if I remember correctly, he loses unless you take in some comic shit where he wins. It's weird.
It's Megasex super multiversal bullshit. Transformers.
I would not mind seeing Optimus Prime versus Megasex LR.
That'd be silly. That would be really silly.
But would you not love it?
I think Megas' most suggested opponent
is silly.
Megas' most suggested opponent is Base Gurren Lagann. that's what we're looking at here. Yeah, that's the one I've seen.
Base Gurren Lagann, because the actually fully upgraded one is beyond universe level.
Oh yeah,
well, actually, he could. Optimus Prime at his best could probably beat him. Optimus Prime at his very best
could probably beat Gurren Lagann. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking bullshit.
Because Transformers are ridiculous.
Alright, I think we covered Amy Verona enough.
Yeah, we're just moving on.
Amy Verona we kind of did.
So,
Hulk v Doomsday,
you mentioned Hulk. He's got an opponent now. And it's one that...
Doomsday! Doomsday, I called this.
It's Ultron.
Yeah, it's Doomsday.
Fuck off. It's Doomsday. I talked about this in the last video. I was like, yeah, Hulk should fight Doomsday, Zero should fight Atrocitus.
No, that was two ago.
Yeah. No,
it wasn't the last one. It was the one before that one with the
oh yeah, last one was the Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, yeah, no, this one, yeah, I said, yeah, it should definitely Hulk v Doomsday, Azura v Atrocitus, and Broly can suck a chode. We got one of those,
yeah,
so if I don't
Broly.
Broly versus the paper bag in the corner over his head.
And my Azura v Atrocitus. Yeah, so he can fight the paper bag and the paper bag wins. Yeah.
Could that be the episode title right there? Broly could suck a chode.
No.
Yeah,
no. No.
No, it's perfect.
No.
Yeah.
I'm putting my foot down on that. No.
Bad
hamburger.
Boo.
Okay, it's fine. This has been fairly positive. We can't have this so far. The last has been 15 minutes. The podcast has been pretty positive, so let's not have a negative title coined already.
Alright.
We're at about at the recording I have, we're a little bit under 20 minutes.
Oh,
so
okay.
Cool. We still have a lot to
very
cover,
well.
though.
So Hulk v Doomsday, I stated my thoughts, they haven't changed. Doomsday wins with relative ease. Mac, you have anything to add? Because you like the comics.
Oh, I love them both. I love both these characters. But yeah, I love Hulk. He's probably like top 4 of my favorite like comic book characters or whatever. Heroes, at least.
Awesome. I love
Hulk is great, but even at like his best, you know, you have to, for Hulk to stand any chance, you have to assume he gets into like Mindless or Woolbreaker or Maestro or whatever bullshit form he has.
Maestro, which would be the future version of him that took over the Spider-Man 29
No, it's a different character.
universe in one of its many variants. There's Maestro. No, Maestro took over 29 universe in one of the most recent ones. That's the most recent.
I know. Inside joke.
I can't remember how the character came about. So.
Yeah, but even you have to.
Fuck off.
Wait, which what?
The inside joke. If you're referencing what I think you're referencing.
Yeah, and Red Hulk too.
Oh God.
The Red Hulk out, right?
You are referencing what I think you're referencing.
Okay.
Oh God.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay?
Anyway. I remember one time when I was being driven home by the father of my friend of mine, with my friend in the front seat. He was suggesting, like, if Hulk were to fight Superman, Hulk could just, like, grab Superman, dig to the center of the Earth where Superman wouldn't be able to get any sunlight, and then beat the crap out of him there.
It's bullshit, yeah.
And also there's also that no limit fallacy of, oh, the angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he gets, and he's pretty much invincible. No, that is bullshit.
We've come up with, I think I said it in the last video, but if I haven't, we've come up with a theory about why you could give him that no limit fallacy and still put a limit on it, which would make it not enough. You can't limit his strength. I
think it's been hidden by like the research team as well. Like they found like, I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. Like they haven't revealed anything to us, you know, because they can't. But they think they found like something to explain like that whole no limits fallacy with Hulk too. Anyway, as I was saying,
before the non-disclosure agreement came into effect, there was Swan in particular. Was like, yeah, if Hulk ever comes up, his exact words, because we had this conversation, he was still on the podcast at the time, just give you the time frame. If Hulk ever comes up, I have a perfect way to explain to them how, or a perfect way to explain how, what's it called, Hulk beats. Yeah, so it was cool.
Bear in mind, though, also, that these were the research team, and they actually said this in the notes. They said this, like, right after the Dante vs. Bayonetta one. Lousy even said that he put in his notes specifically that, first of all, Dante, there's no reason he couldn't survive that he would be able to survive decapitation, and that even though Ganondorf has that weakness to holy magic, that enough brute force could kill him. But I don't want to talk about that other fight because
I knew we were going with this, but there's a difference between that fight and this fight and all the fights since. The research team are now talking like with them.
There's a lot more collaboration between them. Yeah. As I was saying before, though.
It's not just we're giving you notes, it's we're giving you notes and you're debating against us.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, like, back to, like, the original point. You have to assume Hulk is at his very best, like, no limits fallacy. Like, he's hulking up, he's getting all angry and stuff, and he gets to, like, the strongest we've ever seen of him, and even at his absolute best, you know, that's the only way he can stand a chance against Doomsday, and it's still below what we've seen Doomsday he's able to do. I mean,
against Superman.
Not even just Superman, but like the entire Justice League without Superman. You know, we got Flash, who's like small star level, I think, with his punches, and he's like, you know, bullshit fast. Wonder Woman, who is also like star to solar system level, depending on like how you scale her. Green Lantern.
Unless she's fighting Rogue, in which case, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck that fight though.
Yeah. Well, I think we know. I think we know what we're gonna be talking about soon.
Oh, eventually. We'll get there though. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, but and we can comfortably, like, even without just scaling Superman, because Ben brought up the point in
Goku vs. Superman 2.
What's it, Goku vs. Superman?
Yeah, saying that Superman loses to Doomsday is like saying, and that's the reason why he'd lose to Goku, is like saying Goku should lose to Superman because he lost to Raditz.
Yeah, well,
that was the first one.
Which isn't fair, to be honest.
No, that was the second one. That is exactly how he worded it in the second one. Saying Superman should lose to Goku because he lost to Doomsday is like saying that Goku should lose because he lost to Raditz. It's not word for word, but that's pretty much exactly how he said it.
It's not important, guys. It's not important.
Yeah, it's not important. Moving. Let's just keep going.
It was the first one.
He
said those words. You got the quote right.
Point is.
Yeah, the point is he said.
So, yeah, and, yeah, Doomsday has, like, other feats that scale to, like, solar system level stuff, like, so this one's a little bit, like, kind of iffy because it was technically a clone of him, although the clone shouldn't be, like, any physically different than the actual original Doomsday. Yeah. If anything, the original Doomsday should be, like, probably stronger, but, okay, so this was in the Reign of Doomsday saga, I believe, where there was, like, all these clones created by Lex Luthor, and they're able to, like, instantly, like, copy people's powers and shit. There was one clone that broke out of Saint Walker, I think his name is, who's a Blue Lantern. He broke out of his construct. And there's a Calca Naruto forums.
Yeah, no, we did.
The lanterns are bullshit. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, okay. When we get to Green Lantern versus what's likely to be Nova, that is just going to be,
Oh.
No,
it's gonna be so much
that's
fun,
not related.
Anyway,
okay, so Blue Lantern. So Saint Walker is the leader of the Blue Lanterns. So we should say he's at least comparable, if not stronger, than the other Blue Lanterns. And the Blue Lanterns, 2 of them were able to like. They went to like this star, and they were able to like fully regenerate like its life force or something like that. So they added like a shit ton of energy to the star and like turned back time basically to make it like, I don't know, like a younger, more healthy, more powerful star. I think that's why it was.
Yeah.
Because comic books, yeah. Because Green Lanterns are fucking bullshit.
Exactly.
And Doomsday was overpowered his construct, even though he was like fighting not only Saint Walker but a shit ton of other people. Actually, I think Supergirl was there too. And
when
the big
Doomsday
thing about
shows
Blue
up,
Lanterns,
he either dies instantly or.
Yeah. Oh, the big thing about Blue Lanterns is that, like, because if you know DC, you'll probably like Karen, like, oh, well, Blue Lanterns, they need a Green Lantern nearby for them to use all their powers, and there was a Blue Lantern there was a Green Lantern next to them, so we can assume that he had the full power available to him. Plus, it's like, they didn't know it was like a clone of Doomsday, so considering like Doomsday like went to town and just massacred like. One of his like first appearances, I think, was just him taking out like fuck tons of Green Lanterns by himself. Yeah.
Hold on a second.
He has he has a habit of doing that.
So yeah, so that's like. Mom, the meatloaf.
We have our title. I'm recording right now.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
my parents were calling me for pizza. I'm going to edit that out.
Mom? You gotta talk to your mom
we
that way. For shame.
Have that as our title. Alright, go. Yeah, okay, you're saying. Go.
Anyway, yeah, and okay, just to bring it around. So he's at least solar system level, probably higher because he's able to fight Superman, and he overpowered him in Hunter Prey Doomsday. Well, he overpowered
him. He put him into a baking thing, and he put too much baking powder on him.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but Doomsday and Superman are pretty much even.
Yeah, but Hunter Prey was a little bit different.
In Death Battle, Superman is infinite, so.
Yeah, so he's beyond.
They're not gonna go.
He's an infinite square.
It's like how. Thing is, though, they might be ambiguous about it because remember, Flash, they didn't outright say he's faster than Superman because
even then, that's also been debated.
Come on.
Bone!
They implied it. Yeah, they implied it. They implied it if you look into it, which is very, very clever on their ish. Kind of, sort of.
Meta, pick up the phone. Somebody is calling for you to tell you about Doomsday and how you are wrong.
Oh yeah, it's.
I'm not wrong.
I was thinking
right.
of a joke.
We're always
there,
right.
Whatever.
I win. I always win. Yeah, let's go. Keep going. We gotta get through fast. Gotta go fast.
Okay, so he fought the entire Justice League. He fucking raffle stomped him while Doomsday was controlling him. He wasn't boosted anyway. He just had Doomsday control his body temporarily. Although that's a pretty good feat because he was fighting Brainiac's mind control, and he eventually like Brainiac couldn't like hold him. I don't think. He blitzes Superman. Guy Gardner, who's a Green Lantern, they move at like quadrillions. They move at like fucktillion times.
Because he's an ass.
He's better. He's gotten better now. But anyways, that's just my ginger pride on the line there.
I thought Mo was the ginger.
No, there's more than one gingers in the world.
There can be two gingers.
There we go.
Although
two gingers, and they still don't have a soul.
No, we don't. Souls just weigh you down.
Yeah, that's true.
Morals? What the fuck are morals?
They just get in the way. Anyway. Okay, so he blitzed Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner said he's too fast for him to keep up during the this was during Death of Superman, and Green Lanterns they move like their job is to like move across the galaxies and go travel across the universe. So they're moving at fucktillion times the speed of light.
Fucktillion times. That's a new one.
Yeah. That's the actual number.
They're moving at the speed of fuck you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they move at the speed of the
It's 1 degree higher than bitch, please. So yeah, Doomsday, he's stronger, he's faster. His regen, we've seen him like Superman. He was powered by a mother box. And he had a lightsaber, and he tried to cut Doomsday, and Doomsday just kind of regenerate from that cut like instantly, like it was like fucking nothing. And when he cut him, this is like an interesting note. Doomsday doesn't have like any vital organs inside him. He's just like basically a mass of flesh. Yeah. And so you can't like I don't know, like,
you can't
damage
stab
his
him through the
insides
skull, and that won't kill him. Just saying.
No, well, he has a skeleton. He has a skeleton, like, because Imperiex like killed him that way. But yeah, and his if we were to compare and Alephis, even if we were to assume like Hulk can like get infinitely stronger, I mean, Doomsday, even from a logical standpoint, like the ability to just come back to life from whatever killed you and then just be immune to it, that's just
that's kind of because of how he was created, sort of. For those that don't know exactly how he was created, it's essentially the scientist on another planet took a baby, basically beat the shit out of him and killed him, and then after the baby dies, cloned him repeatedly over and over and over again until Doomsday gets created. And put it as Adjacent TV put him, he is the ultimate baby.
Good old Krypton.
No, it wasn't even on Krypton.
It was on Krypton.
Was?
It was primitive Krypton. It was Krypton from like basically their version of the dinosaur area.
Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I don't comic books.
And it was Krypton back then was like considered like the most dangerous like planet. They had like the most dangerous like wildlife and plant life and all this shit. And he was getting
kind of
fucked.
Considering in the Superman the animated series they had a freaking gelatin spaghetti creature.
I remember that. That was a while ago.
One of the first scenes for Garel.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Even in Man of Steel, they had like dinosaurs or some bullshit on there, but nobody likes Man of Steel.
Speaking
Anyway.
of which, you think they're gonna bring up the dumbass Doomsday they had in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice,
they have
aka
to.
Orphan Fight the movie?
They're gonna
they have to.
And they're going to slag the shit out of it.
Oh hell yeah!
They're gonna use footage from it, which that's more likely actually.
Yeah,
I hope they slag the shit.
They'll use footage from bad things if only to show how awesome the character can be, which...
No.
Let's...
So yeah.
What else? So, strength he's better, speed he's better, regeneration he's probably better. Although Hulk has good regeneration, he has like...
Hulk's regen's okay, it's just not as good.
He's just basically like heals from shit really good. So I guess you can like rip him like arms off of him. He'll be able to like recover that, I guess, because he's able to regenerate his organs. And his muscle mass. He lost like most of his muscle mass.
Because nuclear radiation, folks. Try it. Disclaimer: do not actually try it.
Honestly, given the fact that what I reckon, my theory on how it goes down is there's versions of Doomsday that can adapt on the fly rather than having to die.
Those are clones, so it's a little bit iffy to like. Well, actually, like,
what Death Battle?
No.
So a character with Doom in his name, who's really tough and always has fakes ready to help fight, and every time you think you kill them, it turns out it's just a fake. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Not at all. This is completely different.
Oh, and he's a comic book character too, and a bad guy.
A little bit different. Oh, Doom's a hero.
Yeah, I don't think there's any character.
Dr. Doom's a hero.
Dude, Doom's a hero now.
Yeah.
He actually is a hero now. He's the infamous Iron Man.
I thought the infamous Iron Man was the woman.
He has the Iron Man armor, and he has... No, that's just the invincible Iron Man. Actually, she's called Ironheart. Dr. Doom is the person in the Marvel right now known as Iron Man. He has the Iron Man armor Tony Stark was wearing, got it in his colors, and yes, he still has the cape.
Absolutely beautiful. We gotta wrap this up.
Meanwhile, Hulk is some Asian guy.
Oh yeah.
No.
Accept it, Mo.
No.
Accept it, Mo.
Now, okay, we need to move on. So that's all the death battles we can talk about, but there's still the death battle exhibitions. Oh my god.
Okay.
Can we go back? Can we go back?
This was a mistake. This entire this thing was a the DBX was a mistake. Let's just put it that.
First up, Ryu versus Luke. Let's get this done quick. First up, Ryu versus Lucario. Good, bad.
It was alright. It was bad. It was alright.
Yeah, it
could have been better.
Pokemon Go gag at the end the Pokemon Go gag at the end ruined it, but the fight itself was fine.
It was alright. Yeah. It was
although
solid.
Obviously me being
solid
the
6
known
out of 10.
Pokemon fanboy, yeah, 6 out of 10. Good score.
6 out of 10.
Okay, moving on. Really quickly, really fast. Sasuke versus Hai.
Worse than Ace.
Or whatever his name
at
is.
the very least, Sasuke died.
Yeah.
And Hiei was killed that
oh yeah,
Mercy.
Wolf has not watched these. Yeah, basically.
No, I saw Sasuke versus Hiei. I saw.
Oh, you poor soul.
Did you? Did you?
Yes.
Okay,
unfortunately, I hated it. But at least Sasuke died.
So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
How to butcher a character in 10 easy steps. Like, yeah. They somehow.
Step 1, Hello Kitty is
managed
there
to butcher
for some
Sasuke's
reason.
character when many people argue he doesn't even have one.
It was legit like a DeviantArt kind of like fan fiction story. Kind of.
Yeah,
it was like one of those middle school.
Not a DeviantArt fight.
No. DeviantArt fights can be good. Yeah. This was a fanfiction.net thing.
No, I mean this is like something like a middle school would think of, like one of those like
I said, this was a fanfiction.net thing. Why do you think I pointed that out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have it pretty accurate there. Well, okay.
So I'll give you a 3 or 2.
I'm giving you a 2.
I'll go with meta and say
Bruce Lee versus the World.
Didn't see it.
Okay, this one was actually. Oh right.
Bruce Lee versus the World.
It was a tired joke that Bruce Lee is like kind of like the best
ever. It's
the
same vein as Chuck Norris being awesome.
But it was funny. I thought the Hitmonlee part.
The issue I have with it is just discarding Hitmonlee. Like,
that part was hilarious.
Just have him fight.
Hitmonlee was not actually based on Bruce Lee, despite many people. Just the only thing that Bruce Lee contributed to Hitmonlee was the Lee part of his name. Just like how Hitmonchan is not actually based on Jackie
Yeah,
Chan.
the names are based. The English name.
No, you're saying that Bruce Lee wasn't a giant brown kind of like mouthless blob thing with legs.
I would say more a turkey with
arms.
stretch arms and legs.
Of course.
Because that's what it looks like, a roasted turkey.
Honestly,
and yet I still think it's better than Hitmonchan and Hitmonchan.
Yeah, the fight was animated.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's it?
It was a massacre. It wasn't even a fight.
Yeah, the thing is, Bruce Lee barely fought. He didn't do the 1-inch punch, and if that was an attempt at a 1-inch punch, it was awful. And most of the fight was the Bruce Lee copies fighting each other, but it was still an entertaining episode, I guess.
I give it
6 out of 10.
6
Yeah, 6 out of
10. Anyway, Spider-Man vs. Mikasa.
Next, no.
1.
No.
1.
No.
-1.
No. -1. No. You could not. My hatred for I haven't actually seen it. I refuse to watch it.
It was
and also
not
I've
good.
seen
it looked terrible. Even if you don't like the fact that Mikasa won, it looked like crap.
I will say this. I was proud of this.
Link,
I was a little bit proud of this, of my nerdiness right here. I noticed that they.
Oh yeah,
they
it was you.
They borrowed a piece of animation that was from Zoro fighting Ain in the One Piece Strong World. No, not Strong World. Z. The movie One Piece Z. It was like exactly like.
Why do they keep doing this?
Well, I mean,
it's the same animator.
Yeah.
He did it.
Why?
Did it again.
Oh my.
If this
I know animation is hard, so I mean, it's like it might have been like a homage to it. It might have been a homage, I guess. I mean, like Boondocks did the same thing when Naruto does it like all the time, like back then. But even then, like I mean, it wasn't good. It was bad.
Yes,
okay,
we're
almost done this section. Jotaro versus you.
Good.
I liked it.
I liked it. I hate JoJo. I'm not too fond of Persona either.
It's pretty obvious.
You probably made a powerful enemy with Swan and a lot of the JoJo fans that we have, Mo. Congratulations.
I don't give a shit. I don't give no fucks.
I liked it. I like JoJo, and I like.
Really don't.
I don't know anything about Persona, and JoJo's alright, even though I'm still on Phantom Blood because I'm slow and I'm busy. But it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was
animation could have been a little bit smoother.
It wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as both their respective 1-minute melees, but it was still pretty good.
No, it wasn't. I mean, what could be, but
no shit.
Yeah. But it was entertaining. I liked it, so I'm giving it like a 7 or 8.
I'll give it a 7, yeah. And now, Mac, just out of curiosity, have you seen the next one? If you haven't, we'll probably skip it and leave it till next time.
Which one is it?
The one that's very politically correct, if you get the joke. Politically.
Oh, did he get stumped? No, I did not see it. I saw the epic rap battle.
You didn't see it?
Same here.
Okay.
I was waiting for you guys to talk about it, and I was going to talk about the RBN. It's like, oh, you mean the DBX? No, I haven't seen that. You ruined the chance for a joke.
Whatever. I've seen the climax, which is apparently Trump getting in his robot and Hillary getting out Iron Man's proton cannon for some reason. They both died.
Did they both get?
president.
It should have been Teddy Roosevelt. It should have been they both get killed by Teddy.
Honestly, that's perfect. And I don't think we ever need to discuss that fight again because apparently is pretty good. We can't give it a rating because we haven't seen it, but apparently it's good, which is nice to get 2 good episodes in a row.
I don't want to watch it.
Moving on.
Speed section over. Maximum overdrive. It's done. All right, we can chill now.
All right.
Okay.
1 minute late because we definitely need to talk about these because these have been so good so far.
Season 4 started up. Hooray!
Yeah, I did not like Season 3 as much as everyone else, but Season 4 so far has been great. Season 4 has been great.
Did we cover the first one last
No, we did not.
Last one.
By we, I mean not you, Meta. You weren't here.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm part of this now.
You're part of this temporarily.
Oni v Kenpachi.
I like this one.
I liked it. I like this one.
Okay. I'm a major One Piece fan. I think everybody who knows me kind of like could tell. And there was like a lot of like...
Oh, Mac, you
Why?
You had that sig a while back where you said One Piece was awful and you were worshipping Fairy
Here we
Tail.
go.
Anyway, I really like the setup for this one. This was a fun one. And I like how
Melee has lore.
I love the One Piece characters in the background. I love Ichigo in the background. They're just like fucking like ragdolled.
What the hell?
Why? The whole fight that's fighting behind them. The fighting was badass. Kenpachi was a badass.
Kenpachi died, but at the very least it looked like he killed Oni too.
Somebody said that they would have preferred it if Kenpachi would have finally won after all these attempts of him getting like destroyed. But
or maybe a double
and I agree with him. I kind of agree with that. I would have liked to have seen that too. But the fucking holy shit Soul Destroyer
as Oni. How do you not like that?
The world.
Honestly,
what's that move?
I
the
see
fucking holy shit move that he did at the end. His ultimate.
I see your point.
It was really good.
I see your point, Mac.
The ending was really good.
Kenpachi should have won. I see your point with Kenpachi should have won, but I raise you. I counter argument that. Fuck Bleach.
Kenpachi is one of the highlights. Him and Yoruichi's ass are the highlights.
There we go. Nah, but still, Akuma is a quality enough, and Oni, despite it being a non-canon form, is still pretty cool. And yeah, I agree. The fucking one-armed raging demon finisher is the fucking most badass thing.
And then Oni seems to die or at least collapse as
most badass.
Most
badass demon finisher said Heihachi tanked it in that E3 thing.
Oh, that was awesome too.
That was amazing.
I don't think Oni died. I think he's just
he's just fucked up.
It's gonna take a lot more than that to kill him. He's not a normal person. Keep that.
He's fucked up. He's fucked up, but yeah, he's still alive. He might come back.
He'll probably lose to Ryu next time he comes across him though, because Ryu has power of nothingness, which beats out the Setsuya no Hado. But that's me being a nerd.
Anyway.
Okay, I think if we're gonna grade those like we did the DBXs, I give this on the 9 or 10. Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by far. It's some of the best.
I probably would give it a little bit of a higher if it had ended with Kenpachi finally winning, or at the very least a double KO. But Oni is so badass anyway that it's not that big of a deal. It's just a nitpick.
I wouldn't have given it higher. Like, okay, obviously no from my previous comment.
You're a huge fan of Akuma
I wouldn't have given it less.
Street Fighter and Tekken, so.
Yeah, I prefer Tekken, but I love Street Fighter. No, but I wouldn't have given it higher, but I wouldn't have graded it lower. It was just that.
It was that badass. I don't think
even
there
know
were really any huge negatives that keep it from being
also
great
just in case we forget about it, and we're gonna need to keep talking about this. Holy fuck, Brandon is a god. Brandon Yates is a god.
Yes, he is. Brandon Yates is the god of music on YouTube.
At least for these kind of fights, yeah. He's been great.
So next one also involved Hulk.
Hulk versus Broly. This is not over. Like, before we get on, this one's not over.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
this is going to, just like Akuma
versus
Kenpachi, this one's probably going to evolve into...
I hope it becomes the next one, like the next Akuma versus...
It looks like it will be, because I'd say next Hulk is going to go... This is just me guessing. Hulk's going to go World Breaker in the next one, and Broly's going to go, like, Super Saiyan 3 or something, or Super Saiyan 4, and then...
Some salty bat version of Brawly where he just has like golden hair or rainbow colored hair, some broken like Mugen sprite or something like that.
You just gave me a godly idea. If they were to do the final, what's it called, Akuma v Kenpachi, it shouldn't have been Oni v Kenpachi 3. It should have been Rare Akuma versus Kenpachi.
No, but then you have to bring Dark Donald.
Anyway.
Yeah, then Dark Donald has to come in and stop him.
He'll win. He wins everything.
Just
run,
bugger.
This one.
Yeah, but anyway,
this one was decent. Not great, but decent.
It's the weakest of the three. It's the weakest of the three.
Yeah.
It had weight. It had badass. It was badass.
It was badass.
Overall,
I kind of thought Hulk was gonna body that final energy blast because it looked like he was like squatting down, ready to brace it, but then he just kind of like it just kind of ended.
Yeah, it looks like all that happened was he got knocked into space, which it's Hulk. That's nothing.
He's now pissed off.
Yeah, now he's even now Broly's gonna have a lot more.
I just hope the whole series just like ends with Hulk literally tearing him limb from limb. That's just the best.
Yeah, I think most people, minus Dragon Ball, really big Dragon Ball fanboys, and even then, look at TFS's Broly. Have you seen their Twitter comments on it?
Maximum.
No, they've been scripting Broly abridged, and they're like, oh my god, this movie is awful. Just over and over and over again on their Twitter. It's hilarious. But yeah. Yeah, it's great. No, but I hope Hulk wins it.
Yes,
I think most people who have actually looked into both. But then again, as I think has become a theme for this whole rundown, a lot of these non-research fights end up being weeb pandering, so I
there's so much.
fully expect Broly to keep winning.
Oh yeah.
It's a shame.
At least
I think a lot more people would have wanted Guile to probably beat Captain America because Guile is just Guile.
You'd think that, but Guile's claim to fame is his theme song, and I like Guile. I like Street Fighter, but Cap is better and definitely more popular, and even among weebs.
And even the weebs.
Cap
I mean,
Cap.
if that was the case,
Cell
Cell would have beaten that other guy. Who, I don't know who it is.
Well, no, yeah, but no. What was he from? I can't remember if it's Hunter x Hunter or...
Yeah, I think it was Hunter. It was Hunter x Hunter.
Miriam?
Yeah. Yeah.
Miriam.
He's Hunter? Yeah. Good!
Yeah, but I mean,
I know that.
I think probably... Cell would have probably won that one if it was trying to pander to weebs.
Oh, Cell would have stomped him in an actual fight, but...
No, if it was a pandering to weebs.
No. If it was pandering to weebs, then Miriam would have, like, actually exactly what happened would have happened.
No, but people like
because
Cell,
DBZ
people go as far as saying like Cell was the best DBZ villain.
They do, but people like I love Cell, but people like Hunter x Hunter more than DBZ in general, at least in the weeb community. Not so much
mainstream.
Yeah, in the weeb. Yeah. Not among weebs. In the mainstream, it's not debatable. DBZ is more popular, obviously. And
even then, there's like DBZ has like huge like love.
And if they were trying to appeal to weebs,
there's a difference between being a weeb.
Here's the thing: if they were trying to appeal to the weeaboo crowd, then Kenpachi would have won all 3 fights easily over Akuma.
Oh, Akuma is big, and he's pretty big himself in the anime community because it's Akuma.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're thinking like weebs and weeaboos, Akuma would not have won a single match against Kenpachi. Unlike
you think
what
that,
actually
but weebs hate Bleach. Weebs hate Bleach. A lot
I thought it was the
Clorox.
other way around.
No, it's a main. Here's the thing. It's called Clorox. It's a mainstream manga anime thing. Of course they hate it. That's why Miriam is more popular than Cell.
Hunter x Hunter's
at least among that community.
All right.
So, and also,
again, though,
for that one
if that was the case, wouldn't Broly have technically lost in that case? You can't. See, I think it's just they wanted to make an awesome fight. That's it.
People who don't look into Hulk. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I think we're done with this one. Next is
Rock Lee versus Sanji. The only of these 3 that I have not actually seen.
No.
You know what's funny? I believe in the Skype chat, didn't we debate this fight before we knew it was coming out? Like the day it was coming out.
A little bit, yeah, because they had a little teaser for it in the Broly versus Hulk.
And not only that, there was an OBD thread. Didn't Lee take it?
You were like I was in it.
You were in it. You were the sole defender. Sanji lost.
Oh, of course I defended.
You were sole defender. Yeah, you lost. Like I don't know if you were right. I don't know if you were right.
Well, if it helps,
the consensus would.
Chapter just came out today, actually, for One Piece. That might throw that into a mix, actually. So, Sanji actually was beating the absolute tar out of Luffy, although Luffy wasn't trying at all. It's because of plot reasons, but we see that Sanji's kicks can like absolutely royally fuck up Luffy, like base Luffy anyway. I mean, Gear 4, he'll one-shot Sanji, but so I don't know if Sanji gets like some good scaling from that.
I don't think
Probably
he
like
would, because he's normally like, I think he's considered on a level above casual Luffy anyway. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just go back. Let's go into this fight rather than who should have won. The tournament
okay.
itself.
Well, fuck Rock Lee. Honestly, it should have been Guy. I agree with Xenos there. It should have been Guy by far. Although he probably doesn't have sprites, but fuck it, make the sprites. It's Guy.
I think he does. He does. Guy is cool. Guy is better, but Lee's still pretty cool. So I wouldn't say fuck him. It's just Guy's better.
Yeah, Rock. He
like Lee's one
became like redundant towards the end because
kind of, but he's also.
Okay, I'm gonna say this because I've had very limited experience with Naruto. The only real much experience I've had with anything Naruto related was a friend of mine had Clash of Ninja 2, and I will say this: Guy's finisher in that is hilarious. He beats you up, and then at the end he says, "You're such a good person," and he hugs you to death.
That's Guy. Classic
That's
Guy.
I would have loved, if Guy was the one to fight Sanji, I would have loved to see that as a finisher, but then again, I didn't actually see this fight, so...
No! Nice Guy!
If only because it would be hilarious.
Yeah,
nice
but I mean... I will say this, I mean, okay, besides my bias, I love Sanji. He's probably my favorite One Piece character, and One Piece is like my favorite manga, so I have my bias there. I don't really care for Lee that much. I like Guy a lot more, like I said. But it was well animated. It was fun. The one thing I'll say against is that it was kind of predictable as hell because you know sometimes one melee formulas.
Lee gets a tiny bit of an advantage in the middle, and then
one person would be
Sanji
like
dominates the whole fight.
Then Lee comes back, and then Sanji. He goes into his power-up first, and whenever you go into your power-up first, it's kind of like over. And then Lee went into his,
Not
and then
always.
it was over. Not always, right, but
the
sometimes
problem
they follow
was,
that formula.
did Sanji power up? I don't think... Did Sanji
He did,
power up?
he had Diablo Jamba. He had his flame leg. That's kind of his power-up.
But yeah, Lee up until the last 10 seconds. Yeah. Up until the last 10 seconds, Lee hadn't used his power-up.
Phone, come on!
Philip is back!
As usual. Lee hadn't used his, what's it called? His power-up at all. He only used one gate, didn't he? I don't think he opened all 6.
Well, I don't know. I'm actually not sure. I think he... No, actually...
I didn't hear...
that actually reminds me. Well, I have to look back at it again, but the voice actors, because they're doing like more voice acting for these 1-minute melees, they were fucking spot on for like, they sounded exactly like the dubbed versions.
They're pretty good, yeah.
Lee sounded exactly like Double.
Please tell me it wasn't Please tell me it wasn't the 4-Kids dub for One Piece version of Sanji.
Oh, I wish.
Gotta go. Screaming.
That is what makes me never want to watch anything One Piece related ever again.
Then don't watch the 4-Kids.
A fear of killing all my shit posting in the future. I remember as a kid, what's it called, flicking open the Toonami station. Our Toonami was nowhere near as good as yours, and seeing it left earlier and had barely any programming, and now I think they renamed it to Boomerang and put on loads of classic shows and all their shitty remakes.
Yeah,
you don't have
Adult Swim channel for us.
You don't have Adult Swim?
Well, ours used to be. No, we don't actually have Adult Swim at all. It sucks. But anyway, so I don't get distracted. What's it called?
America,
I remember opening Toonami one day and seeing the One Piece team. I was like, I gotta watch this, and I watched like half the episode, had to leave, and never saw it again. And then I found out what it was.
And the thing is, they kept around the 4-Kids dubbing when they went to Toonami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
honestly,
that's all they had for the dubbing,
so,
unless they went for like the...
many people, my first introduction to One Piece was that team. And maybe when I have time or something, I'll get in. But then I lose all my ammo on you, Max, so I can't do it.
I'll admit though, when I did,
join us.
I did actually see some of the One Piece anime when
you
it was
watch
dubbed by
Yu-Gi-Oh!
4-Kids. Sanji was easily my favorite character when I watched the 4-Kids dub.
Sanji?
Yeah, Sanji.
Wait, what? With his lollipop?
Whether it was, I didn't
he rocked that lollipop though.
I didn't care. It was just my favorite character when I was watching the 4-Kids.
I don't think I got
Brooklyn accent.
Brooklyn accent. They basically made him into the One Piece version of Joey Wheeler.
It was Joey Wheeler, actually. I'm pretty sure he voiced him.
Yeah. No, the voice actors are cool though. So. Yeah. But anyway, on the fight itself, yeah, it was pretty good. Also, on Lee being kind of outdated in the main series, yeah, but he was such a fan favorite. Did you know he got a spin-off?
Yeah,
No.
I read it.
He got a spin-off.
That's
Lee Guided or
cool.
something like
I'll
that.
admit
Yeah, look it up, Wolf.
Springtime.
It's not
of
even, no, not a
Youth
guide.
or whatever.
Yeah, there we
Springtime
go.
of
That's
Youth,
what it
yeah.
was. It's like a chibi non-canon kind of thing, but it's fucking it's Lee.
Yeah, Lee's
Sounds
alright. I
hilarious.
mean, I just think he's redundant compared to like Guy, because Guy is just him but better.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
If they had placed more emphasis on his growth, then he could have.
He did grow up a
Even
little
though
bit. I
he
mean,
was
shit, he
weird.
destroyed a meteor in 6th grade with like his followers, but yeah, he grew up a bit. And
Yeah,
did he get married? Do you guys know if he
It's-
got like married or hitched to somebody?
He has a kid, but it's unknown if it's his intentions or if he's adopted or what anything is.
It could be just some guy, and then he made him adopt the style because he followed my
It's definitely
Guy's
his son.
style.
We're 19. I think I don't know if it was in a book or in the actual anime, or the manga rather. But I know it's his kid. I just don't know.
I hope it wasn't
10-10.
10-10. 10-10 guy.
So-
10-10 got bloated.
Okay, can we move on?
She got bloated. Not as bad as poor Anko though. No wait,
Oh god.
did 10-10 get fat or did Anko get fat?
We're
No, 10-10 was
kind
fine,
of
she
going
just
off
wanted to shop.
topic here.
No, Anko
do
was
that.
the one who got fat.
Anko was the one who got fat.
Which is a
That's the
disgrace. It's
It's
degeneracy.
an absolute disgrace.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Anyway,
bottom
very few
bottom
things in a row,
line,
they really-
both bottom
Good
line.
fight, I'd give it an 8 out of
just
10.
Watch something American. Don't watch Japanese shit.
I'm giving it a 1. Okay.
Anyway,
No, but
so,
it's an 8. I'll give it an 8
Yeah.
too.
so as
Okay.
usual, we have a new person here, and so Mac,
Who?
you're the new
Oh.
person. Mac, what would you say is your personal favorite fight DB has done so far? Death battle.
My
Is that-
personal favorite death battle. Okay, well, obviously it's gonna be the first Goku versus Superman. Like it's just by
Okay.
far. But that's kind of boring to go over. So
yeah, again.
I have
talking
I
about
have
Yeah,
two
it is.
other. It's the best by far, and I love Superman, and Goku's cool, but I love Superman. He won, and it was just very. I don't know what the term for it. It just gave me like that big satisfaction because I debated that fight for like a long time before Super came and just kind of threw it
Yeah.
out the door. But
I think
yeah,
the word
it
you're
was,
looking
it was
for
good.
is satisfying.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway,
We can go with that one.
well,
I was thinking of a different
you
word,
said
but
you
that
had
was
like
good.
you had two others. Can you give us at least one? Can you just give us one of them?
Okay, well, just really quickly, I'm gonna go over both of them because I can't compare like
Yeah,
a
go
3D
go.
fight.
Yeah, if it's fast, go on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one's a 3D fight, one's a 2D fight. I can't really compare them because they have
Alright,
different
good,
feels to me. So for 2D, my favorite is probably Guts versus Nightmare.
I think we covered
And-
that one before, and yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we covered
it was
that,
just-
and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Swan
Okay.
would agree with you because he loves Berserk, as a lot of people do.
Of course,
Okay.
yeah. And it was just very thematic and stuff, and the animation was good. The music was fucking fantastic.
And the hits.
It felt like
the
it was a
hits
movie.
had
The
such
hit-
fucking thing.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It was great.
Yeah.
Amazing fight.
And your favorite 3D fight?
Okay, besides Goku versus Superman, one. It's definitely
obviously.
RoboCop versus Terminator. Which
Yes!
Major props. Major
Yes!
props to you, Wolf. Major props to you.
Finally!
Yeah. And the same thing. It's very thematic. It felt like the creators came together. It felt like it would be like what would happen if the creators came together to like come up with how this would actually go down. And it felt like it was goofy as hell because there was like the jetpack and
But they're 80s and 90s action movie characters.
Terminator
It's
was, like,
supposed to
climbing-
be goofy as hell.
Terminator was like climbing up a building like he was Spider-Man. It was very silly.
But again,
but
80s and 90s action
whole-
movie characters. It's supposed to be silly.
The whole ending scene from when they both crashed back down off the building, when Terminator got blown up and his exoskeleton got revealed, or his endoskeleton, I guess, got revealed, and then he fucked up RoboCop with the lasers, the plasma rifle, and then he threw the car, and then he ripped his fucking arm off to get out of it. He's just shooting him with the shotgun, and then the theme
Nine
is playing.
shots,
It was
you're
just,
out.
it was so fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it's a little bit rough around the edges. It's not as pretty as like later Torian animations, but it was just so fucking good. It didn't even matter.
You actually kind of worry. Oh, what's he gonna do? Is he actually gonna make it? Part of me was actually worried. Oh crap, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. And you see like his little energy meter is going down and shit, and then it just goes tick 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 tick, and then he just fucks him up royally.
Yeah.
And then he says he'll be,
and then he's at 1%,
it was just so fucking
and so that
cool,
means
dude.
he's probably dead before he can get to recharging.
Yeah, probably. Oh
But he
well,
still
I'll
won,
take it.
technically.
I love Terminator. Terminator 2 was one of my favorite movies as a kid. One of the only movies I cried as a kid at the end too, strangely enough. But
okay, I have to question what your parents were doing as parents to let you watch Terminator 2 as a kid.
Oh, they're fucking awesome. That's why. That's what. Terminator 2 was like PG-13
my parents
though.
sheltered me my whole life. I can't really. They would have a heart attack if they found out I saw that movie as a kid.
Oh, dude, the whole nuke scene freaked me the hell out when Sarah Connor is just grabbing the fence and her skeleton's revealed. That part fucked me up. Really. And then the kid gets like blasted and incinerated. Oh, that was so cool. Man. Anyway, yeah, good fight. And it was right. Yeah, I'll admit it. I mean, I don't really care for RoboCop that much, but yeah, it was right. And I think it's still right, even with like the new movies that came out since then.
Yeah.
Although I will say that like they compared like lasers, RoboCop tanking lasers to like Terminator's plasma cannons, which probably aren't the same, but it's kind of like debatable whether or not the plasma cannon should be
we
allowed
don't really know
anyway.
what either of them uses for energy or how they work, so we can't really judge it. So it's really the best we've got. So.
Yeah, you can't really assume that they would like mess with his electronics that bad, or maybe you can, but I don't know. RoboCop just has like that massive durability advantage.
And again, that same
so it doesn't really matter.
And dad of the same
weaponry.
That same guy that was telling me about how Hulk could beat Superman, he was saying how Terminator's gonna beat RoboCop because of the whole thing of Terminator, the first movie, the only way they could kill him was because of the hydraulic press.
The press?
Yeah, and he didn't and then they brought up Terminator reversed the hydraulic press. You see where this is going, right?
Oh, that must have been
was great. The jokes were
right.
really good in that one too.
Yes, they were.
Alright, for the first bit of negativity that isn't related to DBX and therefore started up.
Yeah, your least favorite.
Your least favorite fight,
about
and I think we know what we hinted at this one.
Different.
I think.
Huh?
I think we hinted that.
What's your least favorite fight?
Okay, it's not Wonder Woman versus Rogue, if that's what you were doing at. I kind of, tricked you there.
Yeah, I thought
I have fooled you. It was an elaborate ruse.
Although that one was pretty bad. I mean, it was like the third episode ever that they did.
You
so.
can't really fault it for that, though.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm pretty confident if they were to look at it now, they would have been like, oh, yeah. He fought against Superman. She fought against Superman, so...
And remember, this is when they had only 2 weeks to figure everything out, so...
So, my least favorite... okay, so it's gonna go into, like, Unholy Trinity territory there.
Let's not go into there, please.
And other than those.
Oh, but it's so much fun to talk about.
Tifa. Yeah, because you're gonna say Deadpool versus Deathstroke, spoiler. What's it
Well,
called?
it's... Okay, so yeah, my least favorite is probably Yang versus Tifa, to be honest. Because try
to pick another one, because that one gets brought up by everybody.
Oh boy, okay, I'm just going over the list, so talk about something else. I don't know. I'm looking over the list of death battles.
What's a fight that you want?
Luigi versus Tails. Oh wait, was that
there we go.
Unholy
Okay,
Trinity?
that's not Unholy Trinity, but that is a good one to talk about just...
It was awful. Okay, we're going.
Oh, the memories! The memories!
Okay, that one, and I didn't really care for Goku versus Superman 2 that much either.
Yeah, I know you're not the only one.
I like the animation, even though, but that's about
it. I mean,
even the animation.
I don't think it's...
Even the animation.
Kamehameha walk though.
That part was badass. I will admit.
It felt very DBZ, so I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that part was badass. That was like the only... the rest of the fight was just kind of generic. Like, the first fight, you see, like, much more of their abilities. Like, Goku tried to go into his mind, and Superman had more of his freeze breath and heat vision and
yeah, I
X-ray
that
vision.
That one actually felt like, you know, the wait was worth it.
Yeah, it felt like, yeah, it was, well, because that
At least for this one, there was
for, like,
no wait was
50
worth
months,
it for that
too.
one. That was 2 months.
Yeah.
At least for this one, there was no wait. That's a plus. But yeah, I get why people don't like it.
And the ending kind of made...
it's wrong now.
Yeah, well, not just because it's wrong now. Well, the way I see it is that, okay, this kind of helps me, like, cope with it a little bit as a Superman fan. But,
yeah, I've heard it, and I agree. I think it's good.
Why the hell did this need to exist?
I see the first Goku vs. Superman as Superman beating, like, GT Goku, which is still kind of accurate, and then this one is just like going solely off of like movie Goku. So I don't know, because Super didn't reach that level of bullshit like universe level feats and all, or multi-galaxy, whatever the fuck he's at now.
Goku's multi-galaxy, Vegeta's universal, because until we see Goku.
Oh yeah, I remember that argument.
Vegeta is universal. Oh my god.
It's based off of him destroying the hyperbolic time chamber, and people are like, oh, well, that means he can destroy space-time on the universe level, but I don't know, there was like that kind of like debate.
No, it's just, we already, no.
I guess we came to that.
He already had the destructive capability, he already had the destructive capability to hollow out the universe, we knew that. What the
debate is whether or not he could... And I guess they could.
Space-time, and now we have proof they can. So that's why he gets it. But we don't know. We also know he's stronger than Goku now. At least by his
I'm
own
sure
words,
Goku's gonna come up. I mean, multi-galaxy.
Oh yeah, so so it's basically just a matter of.
Anyway.
It's probably less than 10. Yeah, it's basically less than 10 episodes.
The point is, yeah,
it was
all that came after this fight, like much after. And this fight was in planning for like a while. Like they even hinted at it in that it was going to happen in Chuck Norris versus Sega Sanshiro. Yeah. But the reason why I kind of like, besides like it not really being necessary to exist, was they kind of like shat on Superman a little bit. They kind of shat on Goku too.
Yeah, I didn't like the analysis.
It seemed like they shat on Goku a lot more than they did on Superman.
Yeah, I don't really see, like, they were like trying to make Goku seem like a quitter almost. For lack of a better term, I mean, that's probably not their intention, but he's like, oh yeah, he's just too strong. I'm never gonna beat him. Whatever. That doesn't seem like Goku to me. And then they're like, oh well, Superman's just a very soon.
And then the whole thing of if you had a Goku as powerful as Superman, would you really want him? I'm pretty sure most of the fans there said yes.
Yeah, pretty much. And then now we have like a pre-crisis level Goku.
Yeah, now he is stronger than Superman. He's still Goku, so I don't see the problem. But anyway, yeah, okay, so that's done. And now finally, although I have a feeling I know what answers.
Which fight do you want to see that
what
hasn't
fight
been
would
made
you really
yet
want
for
to
Death
see?
Battle?
Woo! Okay, so there's a lot. Okay.
Just one. Just one, and let's see if I got it right.
I can't do one. I can't do one.
Come on.
Okay, fine.
All right, I want to see a One Piece.
We're going to give you a hard limit. You've three. You've three. Three fights.
Three.
I want to see a One Piece character. I want to see a One Piece character. It's most likely going to be Luffy. He's most likely going to fight Naruto, but fuck that shit. I want him to fight Natsu.
Okay, that fights you want. So there's one. Natsu v Luffy. Why do you want it? Go over it a little bit.
Okay, so they're both basically exactly the same character. They're both shonen protagonists. They're both relatively actually pretty close now because Natsu's getting closer to his end stage of his series, and Luffy, he's not quite there yet. He's still got
he's kind of static right now.
He's kind of static, but he's keep on getting upgrades every arc, I guess.
One Piece is going to fucking end
in like 8 years, probably.
Though, so
yeah, they're only like 70% done now. After all this time.
Death Battle said that they didn't want to use any of the Holy Shonen Trinity until after each of them have ended. Or at least after the one of the characters.
They said that was never said. I don't know where that came from, but when they were asked about it at another panel, said we never said that. We never said that no characters off limits if their series is over. And then Yang was an example. You know, it's not just on,
I think it was only anime characters they said that for though. Because I mean, if they did that, there are a lot of series they wouldn't be able to do, like any comic book character ever.
Anyway, yeah. So
and by extension, okay, it's not another request, so don't count this one. But it's by extension of the other one. I kind of also want Zoro versus Urza, so there we go.
I knew you were gonna say that one too.
I want that to happen too. Of course, I'm basic as hell. I'm too predictable. I don't care. Okay. Now,
okay, go on. Two orders. Surprise me.
All right. So I don't really have any like matchups. Like I have a whole list on Screw Attack. You can look up my blog. Hit me up. Shout out there. But
that plug though.
I don't really care about like matchups that much. I care more about characters I want to see, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So I want to see.
Yeah, minus a couple. That's right.
Yeah, I want to see Lobo. I want Lobo. Goddammit. Lobo would be fucking.
There are a few requests I've seen for Lobo.
Yeah, I've seen
Lobo
like Ghost
Rider.
There's Ghost Rider. There's
Wolverine,
from
Deadpool.
Wolverine
and Deadpool are things, and that's stupid.
Yeah, that's just no.
I say Undertaker. I say the Undertaker.
Undertaker would be hilarious.
Like the wrestler?
Oh
yes.
Hell yeah.
That would be
amazing.
I would actually be interested in seeing how Death Battle would handle a WWE character.
It's a stomp in Undertaker's favor because of the comic books, apparently. I think there's context that I'm forgetting, but as far as I remember,
he's like universe level.
Undertaker's favor because he's like
But yeah, I think seeing a professional wrestler character would be interesting.
He also scales off of Scott Steiner, who's like a genetic freak. He's the Big Papa, Big Papa Pump. He's got the Big Dipper. Anyway.
So yeah, that Lobo would be cool. Lobo's the main man. I can't hate that.
Yeah, Lobo is awesome.
Lobo would be fucking amazing. I also want to see...
He has the Injustice model, so that's good.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. That's true. I want to see Palpatine. I want to see Emperor Palpatine.
I don't know who
because
the
I'm a
fight
big
was
Star Wars fan.
Yeah. I remember one person who had Palpatine fighting Emperor Mateus from Final Fantasy II.
That was me. That was me on my blog, yeah. Yeah, because I was looking up and they were pretty similar.
Yeah, Final Fantasy II takes a lot of influence from Star Wars, and this is speaking from experience, mind you. I've played Final Fantasy II. I think people
Final Fantasy in general has a lot of Star Wars nods.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, Star Wars itself has one of the most easily copyable archetypes. I mean, Evil Empire, Chosen One.
Yeah. Star Wars itself borrowed a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense. Plus, Star Wars is so classic and ingrained in everybody's mind. I mean, having homages to it a lot is not unseen. And
besides Emperor Mateus, I also kind of want to see him fight Castlevania Dracula because he kind of got shafted from fighting Ganondorf, and that would be kind of cool.
I've also seen one person suggest him fighting Voldemort.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. There was a DeviantArt that I read that was like really good, and it just showed that how outclassed Voldemort is basically. So I don't know who wrote it, but it was.
If Voldemort gets in, I kind of want to fight. If Voldemort gets in, I kind of want him to fight Orochimaru, and not only because he's of the snake thing, they actually have a lot of similarities. Even though it's a horrible stomp.
It's just a disgusting stomp. Anything Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's just because of how weak Harry Potter is, and I think we've talked about that before on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, one more fight. One more fight. One more
Wizards being sniped. Yeah, one more. Go on.
Okay, one more, final one. Speaking of Final Fantasy,
you mentioned both Lobo and Emperor. Just one more.
No, give him another.
We'll give you one more.
Go on.
Give you one more.
Okay, fine. Okay, last one. This one I actually really want for a while. Chrono versus Tara Branford. Chrono from Chrono Trigger. Specifically, Tara Branford.
Okay, Mac, how much do you want Proto to suck your dick? That's clearly why you said that.
No, I've always wanted that fight, honestly.
I
think you desire to
stay away from Final Fantasy as much as possible.
No, Tara Branford is she's great. Chrono is great, and it's a whole big fight about like
RPG characters.
It's RPG characters, and they're like just terrible to argue. But it's when it's two RPG characters thrown together, I think that's a little bit better. And they both have like a lot of
horrible.
They don't really have like a whole lot of similarities, to be honest. Besides, they both kind of use swords. Chrono more so, but they're the SNES. They're considered like the best
physical
RPGs.
fighter versus magical fighter kind of thing. That'd be interesting because that is an interesting comparison in a lot of RPGs is physical versus magical. But I mean, they're both. I mean, technically, Ryu and Scorpion didn't have that much in common, other than they were poster boys for arcade fighting games in the '90s. So I mean. RPG characters made by Square on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I could see that, the two of them fighting. That could be an interesting theme.
Also arguably, but not arguably, the best RPGs ever.
Those are argued as some of the best. I mean, I've seen a lot of people argue 6 is much better than 7. Even from people that love 7, I've seen a lot of people say 6 is better than 7.
Yeah, it's debatable. I like which one had the bigger impact, but yeah, I like 6. A lot.
I think that's
one of my favorite games.
That would definitely be an interesting fight, though. Is seeing 2 RPG characters. I don't think Death Battle will do that because Death Battle seems to struggle with trying to figure out how to do RPG characters. Even Ben himself has said that, but.
If they go through it, they're gonna go off of cutscenes primarily. So they're gonna see like, Terra fought Kefka, and he destroyed the world, and Chrono, he's able to fight Lavos by himself, and he also destroyed the world, and so I don't know, I guess it could say similar stats. I don't know, I'm using Death Battle logic here. They don't have similar stats. I think Chrono is like, they're both around the same speed, but Chrono's faster. Proto's gonna like crucify me for this if I get this wrong.
You know he's going to.
Oh yeah.
There goes your dick sucking.
I think Terra, as of right now, has like more firepower, but that's based off of like Queen Zeal, and Queen Zeal is like far weaker than Lavos, and Lavos has like a lot of bullshit, like fucking abilities, and one of the endings is Chrono being able to fight Lavos by himself. So he gets like full scaling based on that shit. And also like, I don't know, Dream Devourer, who's like an entirely different thing. I don't know if he's more powerful. I guess he is. But yeah, Chrono's a little bit faster, and he's got like some bullshit items, like the one thing that helps him predict his enemy's abilities, and another thing that helps him revive him. And he has the Chrono Trigger itself, which I think stops time or something like that. And Terra herself has like a lot of like hacks magic and, and the firepower.
Here's the thing. Besides the fact that trying to figure out who would win that, how would you animate that? Because they're 2D sprites would be very frustrating to use with RPG characters.
They'll be garbage.
And if you try using 3D, Terra has her Dissidia model. Chrono does not have anything for 3D.
Chrono has jack shit. Yeah, so I know it's like kind of like a pipe dream kind of deal, but
that would be
it's a very big pipe dream. I would like to see that. It's just a personal thing. Yeah, and yeah, the other ones that, you know, I want the same ones everybody wants. I want Dio versus Alucard. I want Mickey versus Bugs. I want all that shit too. You know, I'm kind of generic like that. Huh?
Sora versus Pit.
Who versus Pit?
Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, fuck that fight. Honestly, that's just, I never understood that.
I don't like, it's a thing. I think people just want it because they want Sora and Pit.
Yeah, okay, Sora's
popular.
Like,
oh, they're kind of similar to Sora.
They're both like heroes.
I would love.
I
would love there to be voice acting, and then somebody comes in with either Palutena, Veridi, or Hades, just trolling Pit.
That'd be good.
I want Pit. I want Pit to sing a song.
No.
I think they both have. I think they both have like better matchups. To be honest, like I think Sora, we can find like some anime weeaboo hero shonen protagonist, because that's basically what Sora is. He's just super shonen like, and he's just so much stronger than Pit. So I don't really see that being close. But
I'm more hacky.
Pit, I want him to fight Kratos.
You want Pit to fight.
Kratos wins now, though.
I think
I know, that's why I want
Wonder
it.
Woman would probably happen before
it's gonna piss
Pit
off so many people. All the Nintendo fans are gonna crucify me, but I don't even care. It'd be so
Kratos
funny.
Wins because
like I said, I think a lot more people would. I think a lot of people would rather have Wonder Woman versus fight Kratos before Pit fights him.
I would. That's not even a fight. That's not even a fight. I'd rather have Wonder Woman fight Sailor Moon before any of that garbage.
Oh, you are going to get him so pissed at you.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
I don't want that one either. That sounds stupid as well.
Yeah. I was thinking about who Wonder Woman should fight instead, because she needs to be redeemed big time for that first one. But I don't know who else she can fight, honestly. I guess really. Lightning. But Lightning would fucking slaughter her.
No! How come every single fight we think of for a Wonder Woman, she gets like fucking destroyed?
Okay, bring back the quality. Bring back the quality. Crash versus Spyro needs to happen eventually.
Okay, I think we're
but moving on.
Fights you suggested thing. Yeah, we need to move on, because you had like that's like 10 fights you've already suggested.
Okay, but my fights are good though.
It doesn't matter. That's not fair to the other people who have been on this show before.
Except the ones
they should have better fights.
Except the ones that volunteered.
So basically, you just told them get good.
Yeah, get good.
Okay.
Get on my level.
Pretty much.
Okay. So moving on. So we have the emails, and you people have not been sending in emails, so we had to go back to some of the old ones. Please send in the emails.
Actually, they have been sending emails. It's just they've been sending the wrong ones. We said, guys, hey guys, we're doing fight suggestions next, and we get DB idea things like.
No, we can talk about DB ideas. I don't mind talking.
No, we got discussion ideas. We want
but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Discussion ideas are full press.
Like, you know when people like what?
What's this thing? Is there a franchise you don't want to see? Is there a fight that you like but you kind of wish was done better? Is there a fight you want to shove up your ass or something like that?
Yeah, those kinds of discussions what we get, and they're cool. I like.
They're really good. We like you guys sending in suggestion questions for us.
But some of them are really interesting and some of them aren't. But
We're doing those next time, so send in the question ideas for the next one. And if you don't know, the email is discussingdeathbattle@gmail.com. It'll be in the description if you need it, and it'll be on screen, so that way you know where it is and you have no excuse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, our first email comes from Comic King 428.
Woo!
Or... So, he sent in a few suggestions as well as a few questions he wanted to answer, but we're doing the fight suggestions. And the one that piqued my interest, among the very few that we had was Daredevil versus Kenshi. I think it'd be a good idea. But I think we should probably hold off on that for now.
As I know, Daredevil fucking shit stomps.
Oh fuck yeah, he does.
Well, I mean, I know somebody did. But...
Oh yeah, I seen Daredevil pit up against Nightwing too. I don't know why. I guess it's because of the batons.
Closer, because Daredevil's like a low tier street leveler, so a lot of his stats are like his own, but he still has like Mach 900 shit, which is enough to get him and Nightwing are a fight. But I think Nightwing has better DC, whereas against Kenshi.
Oh yeah, Nightwing can hang.
Mortal Kombat is like what?
Can go up against Deathstroke, I think. Right? Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He gets his ass kicked, but
also if we're saying Dick Grayson and composite Dick Grayson, because Death Battle composite, that means he gets Teen Titan scaling, and in Titans he's like fucking OP as shit.
Original Teen Titans.
No, if you scale it,
even Teen Titans
go. Probably OP too, but
no, he spoke it. He spoke its name.
I didn't say it.
Let's just say this now. We don't like that shit. And as much as I don't like it,
we don't like that.
The original show,
get that fucking out of here.
Yeah.
The original show, scaling to the Starfire, he gets like FDL shit. It's fucking crazy. And it's consistent.
It's ridiculous about it, how that happens.
Quick question. How long have we been on so far?
We've been here for about an hour and 22 minutes.
An hour and 22 minutes, and nobody mentioned a single burger joke.
Good.
I am so proud of you two.
Well, we can't think of burger jokes.
I'm so happy. I'm very proud of you.
I'll save that for the chat.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. We can keep going. So yeah, Kenshi versus Daredevil. Here's the thing. Daredevil fucking stomps, and everyone just kind of wanks.
Would it be a feasible fight with like animation wise, or because does Daredevil have anything?
Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question.
Wait, what was the question? I didn't hear it.
Oh, you probably know. It's more up your area. Yeah.
Yeah,
more up Wolf's area. So
well, I didn't hear the question.
Yeah, we're asking you now. Hold on. Wait your patience, as my sister used to say.
Does Daredevil have any models that would be good, even if we include him?
I don't know.
Not even like a Sprite?
I think he might have one in like Ultimate Alliance, maybe. Or maybe like I know there's like a portable or iPad fighting game amongst Marvel characters.
Ugh.
That one looked like honestly kind of looked like the Hulk movie, the first Hulk movie, Hulk in that thing. Although you have to see more in action probably. I'm sure they're working on it.
I'm not familiar.
And Torian we trust.
I don't know that much about how popular Daredevil is that he gets into the video games.
He has a show. Of course he does.
He has a show. That's more common today than normal. Yeah, he has a.
But I mean,
he has what's it called? The show that kickstarted the MCU on.
Yeah, but that's not really a model.
It's still many people's favorite.
Yeah, but I mean,
still
like, in the video games.
I still need to watch it.
You said popular. Okay, if you mean like in terms of models and shit, if he has it.
Yeah, in terms of models.
He probably has something in New Gen that.
Actually, he
probably has something in New Gen.
He probably does, but the question then goes to: does Kenshi have any sprites?
Marvel Rise of the Imperfects.
Yes!
Marvel Rise of the Imperfects. I believe he's in that game, and then I think you can use that from there.
Yeah, that could be. Then that could definitely work.
It's gonna be PlayStation 2.
Obviously, Kenshi's got his
Xbox
Mortal
graphics.
Kombat X model. But the thing is, they haven't done a 3D fight with a fighting game character yet.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm sure they'll do that for
even
Tekken
with characters that were in 3D fighting games like Ivy and Nightmare, where Soul Calibur is a 3D game. They did those in 2D.
That was before the new Killer Instinct, so I guess that kind of.
It was
It was not?
No, it was out.
No, it was before the
It was
New
out.
Killer
It's just
Instinct.
they
No, it was
Torian
during the
was-
New Killer Instinct, but Orchid hadn't been revealed as a character yet.
No, she
Yeah.
had. If you watch,
No,
if you
this was
watch
like a couple of days afterwards. I know that this happened.
Don't question Wolf. He has encyclopedia
I know
knowledge of this shit.
stuff. bro. I have all the useless
They
DB
had
knowledge
footage-
you could
they have
ever
footage
not
from it.
want. Anyway,
Yeah, I would like to see a 3D
whatever.
fight with fighting game
Okay.
characters. Jin versus Ryu, please.
yeah.
Speaking of,
Jin,
let's move on.
Ramon Zero, and the O at the end of the word zero is actually a zero. He suggested a few fights, but one of them is Kasumi from Dead or Alive versus Jin Kazama from Tekken.
Okay.
Will there be?
Before we go,
will it end in sex?
Okay, before we go on into that, Mac. Basically, he suggested. Is it email I'm thinking of? No, it might not be. Never mind then. Anyway, yeah, this fight. I made no secret
First
of
of
it.
all,
if you know me.
why did you ask
I-
if this would end in sex? Why?
Because it's the only,
Have you
it's
seen
the only
Kazumi?
option. Yeah. Have you seen
It
Jin?
is the only option.
That's
Set up for that perfectly. No, anyway, okay, I've made it no secret if you know me that I prefer Jin v Ryu massively. But
Yeah.
for some
Oh,
reason,
perfect.
I
that-
by
think
far.
a lot of people prefer Jin v Ryu.
It's what we should have done.
But
If
people
they bring
seem to be
back
allergic
Ryu,
to return.
I think him fighting Jin Kazama would be the best idea.
Oh, by
It
far.
would be.
Yeah.
It would be. And Jin wins, so I'm okay with this. Although
Oh yeah.
That
either
means Ryu
either
loses
feels fine,
twice
and
in
I
a
like
fight.
both characters. But Jin v Kasumi is not fair. It's just not a fair fight if Jin fucking shit stomps before he
Okay,
goes level.
I've researched Kasumi and what she can do. She is the load of the team. She is constantly put in peril to the point
she
that
could
her
get a load.
brother and Ryu Hayabusa
That'll make
always
you blow your
have to rescue her. After the first game, Kasumi is essentially a damsel in distress. There's no question around it. She's constantly having to
Yeah,
get
she
rescued
did.
by Hayate and Hayabusa.
Does she get beach volleyball fees?
No.
Ooh.
Damn.
Yes.
Pretty
Yes.
sure
Yes.
beach volleyball doesn't
Yeah.
give you feats.
She has the jiggle physics, which are omniversal. That's.
Oh, she quakes.
Anyway, no.
Okay, moving on.
I think in a lot of games, she does nothing. She does nothing. In
She beat her uncle.
He pops up at the end and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She could beat me. Okay, last
that-
one.
But
Last
she
one.
beat
Last
she
one.
beat Rido, and Rido is pretty damn strong. So, but I think that's about the only feat she really has.
Thing is, minus Ryu Hayabusa, the entirety of Dead
Dead or Alive is
Dead or
pretty
Alive
damn
operates
weak
at a slightly
compared
lower-
to- Yeah, they're pretty damn weak.
It's not weak.
compared to
It's not
the-
weak. It's
No, compare. You
It's-
didn't
it's
let me
just-
finish. They're weak compared to people like Tekken.
yeah. That's pretty much
Because I
it.
mean, Tekken is
it's
ridiculous.
just- They'd be a
Tekken is
decent
pretty
match for
cool.
say Street.
What
Yeah.
what is Mo? Since you probably know, I might as well ask you. What's Jin at? Is he like island country? What is he?
It's I think he tops at like island level, so relativistic.
Okay, cool.
So it's
He's
not
like,
bad.
is he the god tier or is that ogre still or whoever?
He's one of them, yeah. Ogre's kind of shit here now.
Oh,
Jin in
really?
his base Jin in his base was able to beat the last god tier of the game and trying to kill himself and failed. He failed to
stuff.
kill himself by throwing himself at what was
Also-
considered a god tier.
Also, here's another
Nice.
thing. There really is. You'd have to make a stretch to make an argument for the theme with Jin versus Kasumi.
Oh, I
They're
stretched
the
that.
mascots of their games, except Ryu's kind of the mascot of Dead or Alive, but whatever.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah,
also
that's
the thing
that's where that comparison goes.
yeah, that's about as much as you can get for a comparison between the two.
But the counterpoint is
Helena
Ryu
Douglas
versus
is better.
Scorpion happen.
Oh, okay, yeah, that.
Yeah, Dead or Alive has a lot of better babes than Kasumi. Let's be
Oh,
real. A lot of better.
yeah.
Ayane though.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Although she
Ayane, her half
for a while,
sister,
she-
who happens
apparently she was like 17.
Oh wait, is she? Never
She was
mind.
like seven-
Yeah, a
Fail.
lot of them.
Fail.
Yeah, that's the
Fail.
thing.
She's 18
a lot
now.
of,
She's 18
lot-
now.
Ayane and even Kasumi are actually underage, from what I've been seeing. They're
It's
very,
Helena.
barely still not legal.
No, they're aged up now, and also to bring back an old meme, it's legal in my country.
Oh, God.
It is. We're 17, you're 18.
Well, actually, in the U.S., it depends on the state, but most of them are 17.
Average is 18. Over here, it's 17.
Anyway.
So, yeah. Yeah, so, but yeah, they're 18
my
now.
State, it's 16.
Ha! Oh, wait, that's good. No,
oh, wait, that's
wait.
Good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that if I were you, Mo. That
I didn't know we had
Texas
Texans in the chat.
No, it is good. Like, if you're a 16-year-old and you're like, oh, I'm legal now, it's a good feeling. It really is, even if nothing comes of that, I know.
Here's an interesting little factoid about the Susan.
That's kind of still kind of creepy to me. But anyway, go on.
I actually wanted.
It's creepy if like 20.
I actually wanted Kasumi to be Tifa's opponent before they had her fight Yang. Before I didn't even consider Yang as a possible opponent for Tifa, mainly because I didn't even know anything about Ruby.
Oh, but he did. That match is terrible.
When I thought about it, but when I was thinking about it, I was like, Kasumi versus Tifa, the jiggle physics and the amount of jokes they could use from Boomstick would be amazing.
Tina for... Wait, who?
For Kasumi versus Tifa.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a horrible
kind of like
what you have against Kasumi.
Yeah,
anyway.
then I realized just how powerful the Final Fantasy series is in terms of versus me. I was like, oh... wow. I actually did a fight.
But not that battle.
I actually did a written fight of Kasumi versus Tifa. It was just as much of a stomp as you'd think it was.
Alright, well, I think that's that one. There's not much
next
to
one.
discuss.
Please.
Next next topic. So,
we're done emails. Guys, please send more. We love them very much, but you were slacking this time. Please, guys.
Please.
Anyway,
the next episode we will be taking the questions to discuss things and topics.
Which is what Mac's email was. We probably won't talk about it because fuck you, Mac.
Okay. True.
We still don't have a title. This is funny. Anyway, last topic actually. Believe it or not, we're already there.
Yep.
Well, it feels like already to us. We thought we were climbing a mountain here.
Oh no, we've been here. We've been at this for over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll wrap it up pretty soon.
We're on time. We're on time. Anyway, last topic is we're only slightly over. We're normally average around an hour and a half, so going about 10-20 minutes over where we normally go to is pretty good.
I ain't editing it, so I don't care.
I'm the one editing it.
If you want to put it on, Wolf, what program do you use?
I use Premiere.
Say it again. Premiere? Ah, fuck. I was gonna say if you use Camtasia, then you could put it up and I could help. But if you're using Premiere, like we could put a project on like a drive, but whatever. We'll figure it out. If I can help you, I can.
If I knew, if Camtasia didn't fight against me so much, I would probably have used that.
Yeah, considering how the edits you have to make aren't really Premiere's not really necessary. We'll look into it. Anyway, last topic. So, because we're getting off topic here. If you've been paying attention to Screw Attack as a whole, you realize that for a couple of weeks they were advertising that change is coming, and the big change was that Craig Bolin and a couple of others who I forgot, and I shouldn't, because I actually like Screw Attack's personalities. They all moved over to Twitter. Yeah, they're all pretty cool. They moved over to a show called a new channel / company called Despite. No, it's a separate company as well apparently.
They're separate.
No, it's still under the Rooster Teeth banner.
They're still under Rooster. They're still under Rooster Teeth banner. They're all under Rooster Teeth banner, but it's a separate company, separate from Screw Attack, so they have separate profits and stuff and separate taxes. At least that's how I understand it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like it's the same thing with like trying to compare Achievement Hunter with Screw Attack.
Yeah, exactly.
You see Screw Attack people join and hang out with them all the time still, so that's like the important thing.
Anyway,
same build. It's a Game Attack, but that's not really what I want to talk about. Game Attack, I like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
What is the issue is that Screw Attack as a whole is kind of morphed into basically top 10s and Death Battle the channel, which is pretty cool.
Including new Death Battle stuff.
Including new Death Battle stuff. One of which is the reason we're talking about this anyway. Although we probably would have anyway because it's a big topic for Death Battle as a whole. Is a Death Battle cast is happening. A Death Battle podcast by Death Battle themselves, and I've heard people on the thread ask, many different threads on the forums and just around the place ask where we stand on this. Personally, we think it's pretty cool. Well, at least I do. I don't know how Wolf feels.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. I'll
here's what worries me about this podcast is the possibility that, oh well, now that we have an official podcast, we don't need you guys, therefore we're going to basically try and take you down.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
You're being paranoid. Where we stand,
I think
there's
like the official. There's like the behind the scenes type of thing. They're like a behind the scenes thing. I can see this as being like a fan thing. So it's like it's a little bit different.
We are what the fans think a lot of the time. Like a lot of times we go against the grain, but most of the time we are pretty with what the fan base as a whole, at least the forums, think. And we know when to avoid topics and split and all that.
Yeah.
Deathbell cast is going to be behind the scenes stuff. It's going to be basically the Deathbell lives just more often, and they might go over older episodes. It could be pretty cool.
The one
they could go into their thing behind the scenes more. So whatever. I don't know. Okay, yeah, it could be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the one thing that I could see this like being kind of like, I don't know, like a little bit iffy with is well, I would like for them to bring in like voice actors and stuff. That's why I originally thought what it was gonna be. Like they said cast, like, oh, they're gonna bring the voice actors and interview them or something. But what it seems like is like if it's like a podcast behind the scenes, yeah, I'm sure they're gonna do like a lot of Q&As and stuff as well. But the thing is that
they said they were on the script now, so that's
okay. So, but if you're like us and we're like super fans, you know, we have no lives, so we watch like all the we watch all the streams of the cons and stuff. You know, anybody who would tell you who we see the same questions asked them like all the time, and we see like the same answers given to them.
I don't know how many times I've heard the same question asked over and over again about how do you choose the fights?
Or better yet, like Chad giving the story of how he made Ben animate Donatello or getting like stabbed like a billion times. Yeah, we got the same shit over. But anyway, where we stand in this, it's pretty new
cool.
Stuff, so yeah, it could be new.
It could be interesting. Pretty cool. It doesn't really affect our standing as a fan podcast in any way. They're official podcasts that can give you official information. We're a fan podcast. We give you fan reaction. They're completely different things.
Basically, be a cool guy. Watch both.
Be a cool guy. Watch both. And honestly, Deathbell Cast is basically just going to be another topic for us to cover every week.
Yeah.
3 weeks. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool for us as well. It's really nice, and we're looking forward to it. So yeah. Holy shit, we were way too positive this episode. Please, let's make loads of cancer comments.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Why are you suggesting that they be overly negative? I don't want to dislike bombing on this episode.
Yeah, but it's been a good couple of weeks.
We don't have the double Irish parade going on here.
Yeah, we don't have asshole 1 and asshole 2. We just have asshole 2.
Me.
Yeah.
No. I don't think that was...
Asshole 2 and a hamburger.
I think the problem was...
There it is.
That's not a burger joke. That's just commenting on the fact that you have a hamburger for a freaking... for an icon.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Well, you have a Manectric and call yourself Wolf, despite the fact it's not a wolf, so...
Manectrics are wolves!
I know your original one was a Mightyena. It's not a wolf, it's just a dog.
I still say Mightyena is a wolf. I don't care what anybody says. I still say it's part wolf, part hyena.
Change your avatar to Lycanroc. Be with it. Be hip. Be cool.
And here I am, just saying that Arcanine is the best dog Pokemon. Just saying. Arcanine for life.
Okay, I'll admit Arcanine is freaking awesome.
No.
But screw
no,
you.
But
I'm thinking
yeah. So yeah, we were positive this episode. This is the episode of positivity.
Good.
The episode of good feelings.
Positivity.
Good, because after everything that I've had to go through over the past month or two, yeah, we need some positivity here.
There's
the
episode of good feelings.
Episode of good feelings, yeah.
Yeah,
good vibrations.
It's been minus a couple of negative DBXs, which never really get us down. It's been an upturn for Deathbell lately, so yeah, it's been a pretty good upturn, and I've been enjoying it. It's been nice.
Yeah,
and even DBX, the last two, apparently
decent. They've been decent. Yeah, I haven't seen the first, the Trump and Hillary one, but
yeah. So,
I don't know.
But apparently, it's
topical humor.
Yeah.
I don't want to try to watch it because I've seen the sprites. They look like shit.
You know what they remind me of?
It's great.
You know what they remind me of a little bit? They kind of remind me of how Justin Bieber and Rebecca Black look.
That was literally just they took the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the video game sprites, and put Justin Bieber and Rebecca Black's faces on them alongside the other people they killed.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but this one's they're custom made, really. At least I think they're custom made, really goofy sprites, and I think they actually fit what they're going for, which is just being fucking stupid.
I still prefer the ERB.
Oh yeah, well that obviously is going to be better. It just is better in general.
Of course.
They're really ERBs are really good.
That's because they spend weeks, if not months, on each of these, on getting the ideas together and then putting it together. So I mean.
Yeah, they also have way more resources though. So.
Yeah, they've got an entire studio behind them.
Yeah, they go on tours and everything.
That's nothing bad against Death Battle. It's just, I mean, how are you can't really, you got one animator working on a 5-minute thing. Meanwhile, these guys have about 5 minutes to work with, and they've got an entire studio behind them, a recording booth, makeup people, freaking green screens, all this other stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to compare to them. It's like comparing Halo to Metroid, which somebody did, by the way.
Haloid.
No, like they were talking about they were reviewing Metroid, and they were saying, "Oh, this game looks terrible. Just look at how it compares to Halo's graphics."
Well, Halo's graphics are amazing, to be fair.
Yeah,
that's
true. Yeah, but I mean, they were comparing the NES game and saying it was shit because it didn't look like freaking original Xbox graphics.
Were they 12?
Actually, on that note, kinda on resources. Did you guys see the video, the 1-minute matchup between Megazord and Voltron?
Yes,
I did.
And as much as I'm bringing that up. Fan, I loved it.
It was really good, and the live action segments are amazing. But then the 3D animation was somewhat lacking in terms of being hard to follow. I saw a funny comment. No, I liked it. It was good. It just wasn't as good as the Torian's work. I saw a funny comment.
I mean, they're using CGI entirely for those scenes, so I mean.
Sora is solar system level. What?
There's the chat being silly. We'll get to it in a minute.
Okay.
But
oh no, never mind. Matt, get in there. Mal just posted. Does Xehanort beat Darth Sidious?
Oh, he shits on him. What? Oh wait, unless I've heard somebody tell me. Oh, this is way off topic now, but yeah, I've heard.
Don't worry, I'll edit it out.
There was like a Naruto forums. They went over like how strong Star Wars characters, and I've heard them being upgraded to like star level or something like that, faster than light. Well, they've always been faster than light.
Star Wars characters are star level.
Mm-hmm. I love it when it fits together. Donkey Kong's country level, Yoshi is island level. It's perfect. Although Yoshi should be.
But yeah,
Super Mario Galaxy level.
Oh yeah, that's true. He is.
That's happened because of the black holes. Anyway, back onto Tigerzord and the Megazord versus Voltron. I saw a funny comment that made me laugh.
Next one, you know they are.
There's not going to be a next one. The Rangers are dead, and even if they did, it doesn't tell.
Did you not see the post?
They had research showing that the Rangers.
The Rangers are still around. They're still alive, and they mention how they need Tommy and the Dragon Zord.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. Okay, yeah, they're still going to lose, and the research pointed that out. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, what was funny is that in the what's it called? And animation wasn't that good. In the comment section, it got linked in one of our chats. People said, "Yeah, this is the fight's great and all, but it's not as good as Death Battle. What do you expect? Death Battle have a massive team. This is just a couple of guys.
True.
Like for their animation.
Oh
yeah. True.
And then Torian was all.
So it was hilarious. Also, this place has way more resources. Okay, maybe not in terms of research. But because we have the research team and all, and they just had one guy who was pretty well known. Is it Comic Explained or whatever his name is? I can't remember. He's the guy who did that. How Strong is the Hulk and how? Imaginary Hank.
I love that guy. Imaginary Axis. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. But they have one guy. and they had a bit of context given to them by what's it called Vertigo. Is it Vertigo?
I think
it's Vertigo. Is their name? Yeah, they had that. But
I thought they were.
The team is massive, and their contacts are huge. Like getting Greg Miller isn't that big a deal because Screw Attack can get him too if they want him because they're bros. But they got fucking Xavier Woods. They got Austin Creed, fucking the WWE superstar, to play the Black Ranger. Like Death Battle do not have that kind of reach.
Nah. On the animation,
speaking of
they might because they might.
Not excited
Xavier
for the
Woods.
movie.
On the as far as the research goes, I heard that they were going to bring in like specialists like every episode. So I don't know if it's going to be Imaginary Access all the time, or if they're bringing like a new guy in, like maybe.
Imaginary Access had to go out and find all the research themselves, so they might. But no, here's the.
Never seen.
Maybe
never
Valiant
seen
Comics.
If they bring back
Power
Rangers before. Or much of it, anyway.
I doubt they'll bring back the Dragonzord though. I'd say that's just a stinger that'll never be played upon.
Or maybe it'll be a stinger. The Dragonzord comes in, but they don't end up fighting Voltron. They end up having to fight some other giant robot.
That might be possible because in the stinger video, in the research video, Imaginary Access went over it and said,
"Yeah, pretty much. There's no way Megazord can compete with Voltron.
There's no way. No matter what forms he gets, he's not touching it." That's an accurate assessment. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I just thought I'd bring that up because the resources thing came up. Yeah. Same with it's the same with what's it called, Superpower Beatdown. They have way more resources than Screw Attack.
Actually,
but they don't have.
Speaking of Superpower
Wonder
Beatdown,
Woman
they
versus
actually have
Wolverine
one of the Power Rangers actors, Jason David Frank, aka Tommy, as one of the actors there.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I can't wait to meet him at Rhode Island Comic Con.
Ah, there you go.
They got Honest Trader's guy for fucking Optimus Prime. That's pretty cool.
That was a great one.
And then, did you see the ultimate ending?
No. I did not yet. How did that go?
Endosim Wank. Kinda. Endosim Wank plus House Party.
Endosim Wank still?
Yeah, it's still happening.
Okay.
New Armor is better.
There's another episode I don't like.
Anyway, we need to finish this up because we're going to nearly 2 hours.
Okay. So what we got finished with? Is there more?
Well, first of all, thanks guys for watching. Meta, thanks for joining us.
Fuck off.
Fuck you too. And so yeah, this was pretty fun. Make sure to email us any questions or topics you want us to discuss. Please email them. We are desperate for them. Not desperate that we'll do things like prostitute ourselves, but desperate.
He brought it up. I mean,
well, speak for yourself. I do that thing.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
My body is a temple. Everything goes in and out of it. Not really. That's not faggot. Anyway, yeah, it's we're done here.
Yep. So thanks for joining us, everybody, and bye. We'll see you next time. Who knows how long that'll take us?
Another 5 months, maybe.
5 months?